I'm not looking for 9 wins now, Zach. I'm not doing that to myself.
There you go. There you go. Come back down to earth.
Give me 10
join us.
wins. No, give me 6 or 7. Let's start with 6 or 7. Let's start with the young Juju looking good. Let's start with a competent offensive coordinator. Let's do that and then work our way up to 9 wins again, Zach. How about that?
Sounds like a plan to me, Phil. Sounds like a plan to me. All right. How did a psychotic week in the NFL most impact these Denver Broncos? And are we in store for one more chapter of chaos tonight before closing the book on Week 13? That's next.
It was a back-and-forth, penalty-filled battle, but the Broncos walked away victorious thanks to an overtime touchdown from R.J. Harvey and a game-saving stop by Nick Bonito. With another gutsy win under their belt, has Denver proven that they have the makeup of a championship-caliber team. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Most people don't think about their garage door until it stops working. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Door Service. A noisy garage door is a cry for help. Most repairs are simple, but if left untreated, they can turn into costly repairs. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. There's never a good time for your garage door to break, whether you're rushing to work or you're trying to get the kids to school. We know how much you rely on your garage door. That's why we offer same-day repairs, because life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Over 90,000 5-star reviews don't happen by accident. They happen by putting people first. Fixing your garage door is what we do, but making your life easier and your home safer is why we do it. Families trust us because we deliver, and we'd be honored to earn your trust too. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Door Service today.
Hey, it's Zach By here for 5280 Exteriors. Enjoy holiday savings of 20% off your windows or siding project. That's right, premium craftsmanship, stunning curb appeal, and energy efficiency. Visit 5280exteriors.com today. The altitude of quality.
Advent Health is Littleton's home for highly specialized, life-changing heart care. From preventive screenings to personalized treatment options, it's heartfelt care from expert hands. The Advent Health Heart and Vascular Institute is now open, ready to provide wholehearted care for your whole health.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Holidays are stressful. Injuries shouldn't be. Postman Law handles the calls, the paperwork, the pushback, so you can focus on healing, not hassle. With over $3 billion recovered for clients, Postman Law delivers. Call 844-POSTMAN.
Attorney advertising.
Hellsberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for Dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop our Black Friday event for up to 65% off in-store or at hellsberg.com.
Don't care for my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auctions for over 40 years. And they have one of my favorite auctions that's open for bidding right now. That's ending December 3rd at 9 o'clock in the morning. Government Fleet Vehicle and Equipment Auction. This has SUVs, sedans, pickup trucks, utility trucks, dump trucks, vans, police vehicles, trailers, various municipality equipment, and so much more. Like I said, it's open for bidding right now, ending December 3rd at 9 o'clock in the morning. Government Fleet Vehicle and Equipment Auction only at rollerauction.com. That's rollerauction.com.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, You're our good luck charm. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
If you have a tax problem, fear and sleepless nights are common. This is Todd Whalen, founder of Advanced Tax Solutions. We've been fixing tax problems for a long time. Many of our competitors not only have you meet with a salesperson, but that person gets a commission based on what they sell you. At Advanced Tax Solutions, our licensed professionals never get a commission for selling you anything. We've seen a lot of resolution companies come and go, but we're still here. Check us out at advancedtaxsolutions.com.
Want to partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com. Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins the drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's the drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
It was another psychotic week in the NFL. I want to talk about some of the ripple effects that impact the Denver Broncos. And are we in store for one more chapter of chaos before closing the book on Week 13? This is fun. The fact that, we're scoreboard watching and
the drama.
Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Before we do that, give me about maybe 14 to 16 seconds here. We've teamed up with our friends at Blue Sports Stable in Superior for our Denver Sports Equipment Drive benefiting Recruiting Classroom. Now through December 20th, we're taking donations of gently used or new sports equipment. Most needed items include hockey and ice skates, as well as hockey sticks, football helmets and pads, baseball bats, lacrosse sticks. Guys, there's a good chance you have some of this hanging out in your garage that's just not being used. And we know there's an excellent chance that there's a kid in our community who would love to have that dormant piece of equipment in your garage. All right, so for drop-off locations and a full list of needed items, head to denversports.com/equipment. This is a really good just a really good thing to do for a really excellent nonprofit recruiting classroom who I do work with throughout the year. Please consider taking just a few minutes and getting involved with this. Okay, Phil. So, crazy week in the NFL. Are we in store for one more chapter of chaos? And, of course, I'm talking about the Patriots hosting the pesky New York Giants tonight. Jackson Dart is going to start tonight.
Yep.
They're about a touchdown underdog. But, man, you look around the league yesterday and just how wacky the NFL is, and it's why we love it. It's a league of parity personified. Could there be one more upset? Could the Giants do the Broncos a big-time favor tonight?
I want to say yes, I do. But the Patriots are on a roll. Mike Vrabel is a damn good coach, really, really good coach, and he's going to make sure his team is ready. Also, they're at home. The Patriots are at home. And so with all that going the Patriots' way, I think they're going to handle business tonight. Drake May is having a great year. He wants to continue to cap it off. They're looking at the Denver Broncos saying, hey, we're in a race.
Right.
We're in the race. Do we want the Denver Broncos to show us up? Heck no. And for the Denver Broncos, you're looking at them saying, hey, we need you to fall because we're sitting right here. We want to be the only ones on top. We want that number one seed. So I think because of what's in store at the end here, I think the Patriots are going to handle business. The Giants are kind of, I think they're all the way out. They're done. They're just like the Raiders, where you have a bunch of players. And I've been a part of a team, Zach, where your things are not going your way. You can't wait to be done. You have players during the meetings on their iPads, not looking at plays, but booking vacation trips.
Sure.
So I think for the Giants, they want to be done. It's going to be cold tonight. And for the Patriots, they have more to play for.
Well, the Giants have not won a game in 2 months, but, man, I watched them play in Detroit last week, and it didn't look like a team that had given up.
Yeah.
They lost 34-27, although that was with Jameis Winston. And my preference would be Jameis Winston playing in this game tonight and not Jackson Dart. Now, there's something to Jackson. He's interesting. He runs around, but, this is a Patriots team that also, like the Broncos, have not lost a game since September.
Man.
September 21st was both the last time that the Patriots and the Broncos lost. And so, very similar arc to the Broncos. But the Broncos were last night against a team that, like the Giants, hadn't won a game in 2 months, and it was in overtime with a chance to win for the Commanders. So we'll see what we're in store for tonight. How about Kansas City losing at Dallas?
Man, that was interesting. One, Dallas, they look a lot better than they did against the Denver Broncos, and we know there's context to it. When they played the Denver Broncos, and that's Dallas we're talking about, they had 4 or 5 starters out. They had 4 or 5 practice players playing. You're not going to win like that. But Dallas made a couple moves before the trade deadline, something that the Denver Broncos should have done. And ever since then, Dak has been on. The defense has been playing better. You have Pookie, and they call him Pookie. That's
Javonte.
Yeah, that's his nickname, Pookie. He's been doing a good job. So the Dallas Cowboys are in the hunt for a playoff spot.
They are, man. And the Chiefs have lost 3 of 4. I just think at a certain point, you get this deep in the season, like you kind of are who you are. It's December. So, again, if there's any team that can prove that wrong, it's Kansas City. But guess who they have on Sunday night? Sunday Night Football. Houston Texans. One of the league's best defense coming in there. So it's going to be really interesting. But that loss on Thanksgiving was meaningful for the division, for the playoff picture, all that stuff. And right now, Kansas City on the outside looking in. Colts also lose to Houston. All right, and they tumble down the AFC standings. Not long ago, they were sitting atop the AFC.
Yeah, it looks like they're starting to come back down to earth. On top of that, Sauce Gardner gets hurt.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones is messed up with his leg.
He's got the fibula.
Fibula has like some kind of line or hairline fracture, something in it.
Yeah.
Now he's playing, but he's not fully healthy. That's going to matter when you get deeper into the season, deeper into the playoffs, or when it gets cold and you're not in the dome. So, those are things that the Colts are going to have to watch out for. And when you just stop the run, then what happens for the Colts? So that it's going to get dog eat dog over there for that organization, for them Colts.
And the 1 seed is just sort of hanging there.
Yeah.
And it feels like, and I grew up watching wrestling and still time to time late night.
Still got the tights on, right? You bring him in. Sometimes you'll bring him in to the studio.
You want to know? My son went into a box over this little vacation and went into a box. And I have a box of like childhood stuff still.
Right.
I'm almost 40 years old. I still have this box that's just kind of gone with me from stop to stop. And in it is this wrestling title, the Intercontinental Championship, that I got at an event, at my first ever wrestling event in Albany, New York. It's called the Knickerbocker Arena at the time. And my dad bought me this Intercontinental Championship title. And I was 7. And there my son is now 7, taking this thing out 3, almost 4 decades later and wearing this title around. But there's this thing in wrestling, ladder match. You've seen this.
No,
yes.
Like
the title is hanging from the ceiling. Okay? And whoever's going to climb that damn ladder and go up and grab that title, that thing is yours. That's what the AFC's number 1 seed feels like. It's like there is a battle right now, and who's going to make it to the top of that ladder between the Patriots, between the Broncos, between even a team like Jacksonville, if they finish strong and the Broncos falter, like, who is it going to be? And this was Sean asked after the game if the 1 seed is a realistic possibility, and Sean gave a classic answer.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the silliest question of the night. We're competing for it, but certainly we respect the other teams in our conference, but certainly we're competing for it.
That is the silliest question of the night.
So Sean's going to make sure he lets you know if it's not a good question. That's why I admire you, Zach. Every question you asked Sean this year during camp, he liked. He never one time did he ever go at you saying, belittling you or anything
That's true.
like that.
This year, yeah.
This year.
Yeah.
Yeah, this year.
All right, we know 9 wins in a row is hard to do, but a deeper look into the numbers make this Broncos season one of the most unique in NFL history. And we'll tell you why next.
Join Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan at Blue Sports Stable in Superior for our Denver Sports Equipment Drive, benefiting Recruiting Classroom. We're taking donations of new or gently used sports equipment through December 20th. Head to denversports.com/equipment for a list of drop-off locations and most needed items. And help us spread some cheer this holiday season.
You know that feeling when you catch a glimpse in the mirror and think, hey, I look 10 years younger. That's what happens when you stop dieting and start doing Soda weight loss.
I tried point counting, calorie counting, shots, and nothing has worked until Soda weight loss.
Soda weight loss gives you a personal nutritionist you can text anytime.
Everybody's great here. Everybody's encouraging. There were some times where I felt down and they brought me back up. If you stick with this program, you will lose weight and you will get to your goal weight.
When you sign up for Soda weight loss, your partner joins for free.
If you're ready to feel stronger, healthier, and yes, look and feel 10 years younger, this is your moment. No meds, no gimmicks, just real results with real support.
Remember, sign up now and your partner joins for free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. If you find yourself in a car accident, do not tell the insurance company you are fine. They will hold that against you even if you end up with medical bills 3 months later. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law.
Heads up, pros. Now's your chance to unlock deeper savings. The Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred pricing can help you save thousands on the products your business uses the most. But the current benefit ends November 15th. Don't miss out. Registration for the new program is free and easy. Just bring your tax ID or business or contractor's license to the Pro Desk. Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. Imagine all that could happen in 5 years. Jobs may change, kids are going to grow, new memes will come out, but also, what if you had reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Well, thanks to Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you actually don't have to worry about that part of your future. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need them the most, that finds and fixes any issues before you even notice them. It's like a super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from threats online. Plus, you get incredible gaming speeds on multiple devices with no one battling for bandwidth. For the next 5 years, all your devices are going to be working in perfect harmony, and you get our best equipment with no annual contracts, no fees, no strings attached. So even though your kids will grow up and you still won't understand what 6-7 means, your internet will stay sharp, reliable, and most importantly, the price will stay put. All with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Select plans only.
For the fitness fanatic on your Christmas list, save big this holiday season. At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
Thinking about buying a home in Colorado? You're not the only one. And now might be your best shot. We're officially in a buyer's market, guys, which means you've got the upper hand. More homes on the market, competition is down, and serious deals are out there just waiting to be found. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to upgrade or downsize, now's the time to get pre-approved. And American Financing can make that happen in 24 hours or less. Interest rates are competitive, and home prices have been stable. That means you can find a great deal while locking in a monthly payment that fits your budget. Plus, with home equity building over time, your investment grows, making home ownership a smart, long-term financial decision. If you continue to pay rent, you're just paying your landlord's mortgage, and you don't need 20% down. You could be in your new home with as little as 3% down. Plus, they offer down payment assistance programs to make home ownership even easier. So call American American Financing at 303-695-7000 or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Score huge deals and better sleep at Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale. Their sleep experts will find the perfect bed for your unique needs. Mattress Firm, they make sleep easy.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
We know 9 wins in a row is really hard to do.
So hard to do. I only dream about doing that. Play the video game and can do it.
I mean, dude, 9 in a row?
Crazy.
I mean, you could have a fruitful 15-year career and never win 9 games in a row.
It has to be nerve-wracking, too, because even with the Dolphins, when it was like, yo, we have to win the rest of our games to get to the playoffs. And I think there were 6 games left, maybe 7.
I think there was 7.
7 games left. And it came down to 2 games left where you're winning these games, you're having fun, and then it hits you. Wow, we might actually do this. We might actually find a way to get into the playoffs if we can beat Tennessee, if we can beat New England. And it was a little nerve-wracking knowing that you can do it, but these teams are still hard to beat. They're tough to beat. You go, and we went into Tennessee, and it was really cold. Tua does not play well in the cold, and we got beat up on. And so you sit there, you lose that game, and you know you're out of it. You know you're out of it, but you have one more game left, and we were able to win and beat New England and have a winning season. We end up winning 9 games.
Yep.
So I can't imagine how it feels for the Denver Broncos right now on a 9-game winning streak with everything out in front of you. Come on, man.
It's storybook stuff. Here's some numbers to just add some texture to this season that feels magical almost.
I like the texture.
Phil, it's the 6th game this season. This is nuts. 6 games this season, and they've only played 12, so that's half, right? 6th game this season that was decided on the final play.
Wow. The final play.
The final play. Like, forget the final series. The final play is deciding the game. And the Broncos are 4-2 in those 6 games. Just remarkable. The Broncos, and I didn't realize this, man. This just was not on my radar. They had lost their last 5 overtime games. Their last win in overtime came against the Bengals when you were in college, 2015.
On the road to the Super Bowl.
On the road to the Super Bowl. That was also the last time they won an overtime game on the road. It was against the Browns. And I've talked to guys on that team, and I think Brandon Marshall actually brought it up at some point during the year. People that were on that team look back at that road win against Cleveland were like, there's no way we should have won this game. We did everything possible to lose the game, and yet we won it. And I've talked to a guy or two that said, man, it was actually in that moment where we were like, man, maybe we are a team of destiny. Because there's no way we walk out of here with a win. Like all the football probability stuff was all working against them. So that's the last time that the Broncos had won a road game in overtime. How about this? This is crazy too, because this rule is relatively new where both teams touch the ball. That was only the 2nd overtime game where 2 touchdowns were scored. Think about that. Because they had just changed the rule, I want to say 3 years ago.
It was after the Bills, right? It was after the Bills game.
Yes.
And Zach, you went and you pouted and you talked to
We pouted
Roger
our way
Goodell.
to changing the rules.
It's not fair. And they changed the rules. And so now the rules are a little different because, Zach, honestly, after the Denver Broncos scored that touchdown yesterday, I was like, the game's over. The game's over. Not understanding and knowing that, hey, the other team gets a crack at it.
Yeah, and let me be clear. They changed the rule initially for both teams get to touch it in the playoffs. So,
yes,
this is the first year where that rule applies to the regular season.
Okay, so I'm not that crazy.
No, you're not. And that's why I can't believe that was the rule. that, like, you could be in a playoff game, win the coin toss, and go score, and the game's over, and the other team never gets to respond?
Come on.
Yeah, crazy.
Come on, NFL.
So anyway, this was just a second overtime game where 2 touchdowns were scored. The other time that it happened was when the Jags beat the Raiders. Remember, the Raiders tried to go for 2 and ended up losing the game. That's the only other frame of reference where multiple touchdowns are scored in overtime. How about this? Another crazy stat. The Broncos have now won 7 games by 4 points or less this season. That is tied for the most in NFL history. 7 games won by 4 points or less. So if it happens one more time here in the last, 5 weeks, right?
Yep.
If it happens one more time, the Broncos win by a field goal, say, they'll have the NFL record for basically, they'll be known as the most close wins in NFL history.
And you know what, Zach? It's probably going to happen again because that's just how the Denver Broncos are built this year.
I agree.
It's going to be a close game, but they're going to find a way to come out on top. And that's just what it's all about. It's about winning. It's about finding ways to win. Winning is contagious. Once you figure out how to win, then it's hard not to win. And that's exactly what the Denver Broncos are doing. And it's defensively, offensively, special teams. The coaches are preparing their players the right way. And then they're out there, the players are making plays, finding ways to end the game and it being in their favor. So, I mean, this is a fun year. And this year is building up for us, the Denver Bronco fans, Broncos country, to be watching the Denver Broncos in a damn Super Bowl.
I love it. This was the Broncos' 9th win in a row after trailing in a game. That is an NFL record. So left and right, there's just NFL records up and down this Broncos season. What do you think, in your opinion, what do you think was the biggest play yesterday? And there was a lot of them. But
Zach, there were a lot, man.
But
I
what
went
sticks
down
out?
there. The one that stuck out to me was, does it have to be by
It
necessarily
could be
a player?
anything you want.
I'm going to say Sean Payton calling that timeout in overtime for that 2-point conversion. The defense was dog tired. They were tired. But also giving the defense a chance to get some rest and for VJ to change up his play call because it was going to be a different play call. They were going to play zone. If you remember, and Commanders were eating up the zone. You end up playing man. Now, it could end up bad for you if Nick Bonito doesn't bat that ball down. But the reason why Nick Bonito was so free is because they changed up the scheme.
Right.
And so Nick Bonito went free because they were bringing more pressure, putting pressure on Marcus Mariota, which then he makes a bad decision, gets the ball batted, and we win the game. So I'm going to say Sean Payton calling that timeout at the right time. This is why situational football and a coach being on top of things matters. Sean Payton did a great job of that, and it helped win that game.
I love that kind of different angle of things, not a particular play, but more of a sequence that wasn't a play, that a timeout that stopped the play from being had. And Sean gave Vance Joseph credit after the game, saying he switched up a play call, and we knew. He said we saw what they were in. We called it a Kodak moment. You can get a picture of what they're in, and he said we knew we were going to have a free rusher. We didn't know exactly where it was going to come from, but we knew someone was going to come free, and it was Bonito. And you talk about like just what the doctor ordered. Oh my gosh, just
perfect.
It really was. It really was. And Bonito did register a sack in the game, making him the first Denver Bronco to go for double-digit sacks in consecutive seasons since Von Miller.
DJ Von the Don.
In a game where they're going against Von Miller.
Yeah.
As ironic as fate would have it. I'll say the biggest play in the game.
Biggest play.
And there's plenty to choose from. But I will say,
and I kind of there was at least 7 big plays, Zach, during that game for me. You know what
agreed.
I mean? Counting them up.
Yeah.
So you can't go wrong. There's 7 opportunities for you. You can't go wrong with it.
Ultimately, I'll say when the game hung in the balance and the Broncos had the ball, Evan Ingram, the 41-yard jerk route catch and run.
I like that.
It was chef's kiss. Not only was it so meaningful for the game itself, but it was so meaningful for Evan Ingram himself. His own confidence, Bo Nix's confidence in him, Sean's confidence in him, maybe Broncos country's confidence in him. Because I've seen a lot of people have fun at the expense of Evan Ingram. And hey, he's not a joker, he's just a joke, and whatever different versions of that. And
oh, that's mean.
That's
mean.
It's fans. But it was just good, and the fact that it was that impactful, and I think that was the biggest play of the day, right? That wasn't a play longer than
that was the
41 yards,
41-yard catch and run. Bo Nix did a great job of checking into a route that was going to beat a man coverage, which we talked about, and Evan Ingram did the rest. Got downhill, got vertical, was able to utilize his speed. I thought he was going to score. I thought he was going to shake off a tackler and go out there and score. But it ends up being a touchdown anyway to R.J. Harvey. So, yes, I like it. 41-yard catch and run by Evan Ingram. And hopefully that lights some fire under him to continue to just develop his game back up, get the confidence, and start having more explosive plays.
Sure. Here's Sean Payton after the game talking about winning these close football games.
Pick a Super Bowl team, and I say that respectfully, and then go look at that season. I mean, look at it honestly. I can go back through the 6 or 7 playoff teams or real good teams. You begin to build some momentum. Yeah, there's some things you want to clean up, but just take a peek at any one of them. And every once in a while you get one of those teams that just rolls right through it all. But this is a tough league.
It is a tough league, and this is not one of these teams who just rolls through everyone. That's not who this group is. But man, oh man, you wouldn't know it by looking at their record.
No, they're having fun, but they're finding ways to win. And that's why they're more battle-tested than somebody like the New England Patriots right now.
What did we make of the Broncos' ground attack? I want to hear from Phil coming up next.
It'll be fine by dusk, but I'm telling you, baby.
There's something in the orange and blue coming to Empower Field next August. Zach Bryan is bringing his With Heaven On tour to the Mile High City, and we want you there.
Let me go.
Download the Denver Sports 1043 The Fan app and click on the contest banner to enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets to the hottest show of the summer.
We're having an all-night revival.
Denver Sports 1043 The Fan.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here for my friends at Cudarelli Vision. I wore glasses for a long time, but when I started needing reading glasses to see menus, text, read stats, to see my computer, I decided to go to Dr. Cudarelli at Cudarelli Vision for refractive lens exchange. It was a game changer for me, and it could be for you too. Join Dr. Cudarelli for a live webinar December 10th at noon to learn about refractive lens exchange from Cudarelli Vision. This free webinar is the perfect opportunity to meet Dr. Cudarelli and have him answer all your questions about RLE, like what is refractive lens exchange? How is it different from LASIK or EVO ICL? Why can't you develop a cataract after RLE? Cudarelli Vision is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. He can tell you when it's your right time for RLE, like he did me. So register for the webinar at coloradorle.com. It's December 10th at noon. coloradorle.com.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 1043, The Fan.
Brandon Stokely here for Colorado's hometown HVAC team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Is your heating system struggling to perform and need to be traded? It has never been easier to get a quote for a new heating system. Rocks Heating and Air offers a free online heating and cooling quoting system so that you can quickly and accurately get pricing on a new system. Only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. If you find yourself in a car accident, do not tell the insurance company you are fine. They will hold that against you even if you end up with medical bills 3 months later. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law.
Cake Mortgage Corp. Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 1734623. Licensed in Colorado by the Division of Real Estate. Terms and conditions apply. These days, we expect everything fast. Streaming, food delivery, even same-day shipping. So why should using the equity in your home to get cash be any different? At Cake Mortgage, we get fast. We just got a client approved for $300,000 in under 24 hours with our Cake Fast Cash program. If you're struggling with high-interest debt, roll it into one low monthly payment and save hundreds or more each month. The best part? You'll keep your current mortgage rate and only pay for what you use. Cake Mortgage. Your fresh-baked fast cash loan is ready to enjoy. So don't wait. Call 720-850-0012. That's 720-850-0012. Or visit cakehome.com for thousands of 5-star reviews.
Comcast Business is celebrating the holidays by giving your business the $1,000 holiday bonus when you switch to a gig speed internet package. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 12, the new laptop for the office holiday hero. Or possibility number 108, smart speakers to deck those hallways. Or possibility number 192, new equipment for the new year. Or possibility number 555, Bluetooth holiday lights for office decor. Switch to Comcast Business, designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect, plus advanced cybersecurity, and now get the $1,000 holiday bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 12/14/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Requires qualifying gig package. Other restrictions apply.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. I'm going to be blunt. If your windows are drafty, sticking, or leaking, cold nights are costing you money. In January, they'll cost you even more. Window prices are going up. Gravina's Window Center of Littleton is locking in 2025 pricing, but orders must be placed by December 31st. Don't let the 2026 price increase punch you in the wallet. Order by December 31st or you're paying 2026 prices. Go to windowsforyourhome.com or call them at 303-794-0490.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Door Service. Most repairs are simple, but if left untreated, they can turn into costly repairs. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Over 90,000 5-star reviews don't happen by accident. They happen by putting people first. Fixing your garage doors is what we do. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Door Service today.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
What did we make of the Denver Broncos ground attack yesterday? Phillip Lindsay, you are uniquely qualified to talk about this topic.
Ground and pound them.
What'd you make of the run game?
Zach, it wasn't good enough. It was not good enough if you're in a tough game and you have to move the chains. Now, I will say this. They did enough. They had 2 touchdowns in the goal line, which were important. They had a couple plays where they were able to get first downs, but it wasn't consistent.
So you said it wasn't good enough,
They did
but
enough.
it was enough.
Like they did enough.
So it wasn't good. Well, you know what?
You
that
know what I
actually
mean?
can live in the same universe.
Thank you.
It's not going to be good enough moving forward.
Yes.
Yesterday, it was just enough.
It was just right. And against the Kansas City Chiefs, it was just enough. They got a touchdown on the ground to help them win that game as well. So I need to see more from R.J. Harvey. Now, Sean, I would take my hat off to this. Sean Payton was a lot more creative with the run scheme. There were some pullers. There was guards that were in front of the running backs. They were trying to run out of the shotgun, just different ways to get these running backs involved. Now, R.J. Harvey and Jalil, they have to take advantage of it because going back and watching film, there were a couple of holes that were there to be had, and they just didn't hit the hole hard enough or they didn't see it soon enough. And so that's just reps. I say that's reps. I want to see Sean Payton give them consecutive carries. Let's see if that helps out, get R.J. Harvey into some type of rhythm because we're going to need them. We're going to need some type of run game. That's something that we had. We had the luxury. We were spoiled with J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah.
J.K. was getting 14, 15 carries a game, and he was giving us 60 to 70 yards, maybe even more, making it look so easy. And now, I mean, Zach, did we have over 60 yards rushing?
No. Not from running backs.
Not from running backs.
But if you include Marvin Mims, Bo Nix, they got over 60, but it was 59 yards between RJ and Jaleel.
2 straight games with just running backs. You don't get over 60 yards. So that has to change. I know RJ Harvey was happy he got his little game ball from Sunday Night Football because of those 2 touchdowns. But you got to bring more to the table now. We have to feel you when it comes to breaking, when it comes to making people miss. Like, I want to see more. You were running hard, but can you give us more? You're a second round draft pick. We got to see it out of you now.
Yeah, 279 yards for RJ Harvey on the season. He has 3 runs this year of 10 yards or more. 3. That is an explosive rush rate. If you say, hey, every 10-yard run counts as an explosive run.
Yeah.
He's got 3 in 74 carries. That is an explosive rush rate of 4%, which is the 3rd lowest in the National Football League among running backs with at least 50 carries, and there's quite a bit in that group. This is not a new take. Been talking about this for a couple months now. I just don't see a starting running back. Weapon? Yes.
And you're talking about R.J. Harvey?
Yes. Do I see a weapon? Yes. Do I see someone who has a role on each and every game day? Yeah, I do.
Well, I keep giving you pushback on the weapon part, too, because it's like a weapon is explosive. You use him and utilize him in every position, every way possible because you know he can break any given snap. Is that R.J. Harvey, though?
Well, I say weapon because I have to open it up beyond just the ground game. Because on the ground, he has been less than impressive. Through the air, I mean, if we were going to apply that same logic I just did of plays 10 yards or more being an explosive run, like if we looked at the receiving game, it's a 16-yard catch and run against the Colts, 14 against the Chargers, 40-yard catch and run against the Bengals, 18 against Philly, so like he's more productive.
Like when I'm looking at a weapon, it's Christian McCaffrey coming out of the backfield, making somebody miss on a choice route. I'm yet to see R.J. Harvey, and it's not his fault. I don't know why Sean's not doing it. He did it so much with Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
But I'm looking for R.J. Harvey to be one-on-one, not a wheel route where it's a well-designed play and you're open for it and you just have to catch it. But making somebody miss, making the defender stop his feet, and then taking that ball and taking it to the house. I want to feel the speed. I want to feel that explosiveness. That's what a weapon is. That's the only reason why I'm giving you a little bit of pushback on it. Now, R.J. Harvey, he's catching the ball. Okay, but can we get more out of you now?
Yeah, I mean, think about this. He has nearly as many receiving yards as he does rushing yards. And it's interesting because you just brought up the name Alvin Kamara. Sean Payton, unprompted, brought up Alvin Kamara within the last month when talking about R.J. Harvey. And he said, and this is why I'm just a little bit confused. He said, when we saw Kamara in college, we identified that is a receiving running back. Yeah. He said, when we looked at R.J. Harvey, it wasn't that stuck out. What stuck out was him as a runner on the ground, and said things like, man, you see his body, he's built to last, and things like that. man, again, Sean's forgotten more football than I'll ever know, but I'm saying the opposite. He does not strike me as a down-to-down runner. He does strike me as more of a receiving threat in the pass game. So, I don't know. Here's what I'll say. Sean did not want to hear about anything referencing J.K. Dobbins and what they're missing currently with this group without Dobbins. Listen to this.
It's nothing to do with the runner. We're going to watch the tape, but trust me, it was just some looks where the evaluation will be on how we blocked it and then the scheme relative to what we were seeing defensively. The runners were good.
Sean is a mastermind, but I'll tell you, I can't co-sign that it's got nothing to do with the runner. The runners are great. I disagree.
I know what he's looking at. He's looking at, there was a couple plays where there's a defensive tackle that pushed back an offensive lineman that kind of disrupted the play. But it's going to happen. It happened with JK, but yet JK found a way to get 3 or 4 yards, maybe 5 yards, or even get back to the line of scrimmage. So I understand what Sean's seeing, but I also understand that Sean's trying to protect his young running back, R.J. Harvey. But at some point, something has to give. Because if we get to the playoffs and we can't run the ball, we're going to be sitting here upset that we could have almost done it if we would have had a run game. And you had a chance to do it. You had a chance to go out there and get another running back. It didn't have to be Breece Hall that you wanted to bring in, but just another veteran running back that you can lean on and keep R.J. Harvey kind of in his role. But now you have to rely on R.J. Harvey. You have to rely on Jaleel McLaughlin, which they could do something. They have to start showing us. But, we have to have a run game going into the playoffs when it gets cold because you have to get downhill. You have to be able to pick up the 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3s. You have to be able to keep a defense honest. And if you can't do that, your pass game is not going to be open, and you're going to lose the game because of that.
Speaking of that pass game, what did we make of Bo Nix under the bright lights of Sunday Night Football? That's next.
It took overtime, but the Broncos hung tough and took down the Commanders. With the playoff race tightening up, will Denver maintain its position at the top of the AFC? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
When I asked Scott Lucky if his last name had anything to do with his success in the trucking industry, he laughed and said, "Well, Mike, I guess you could say I've always been lucky." But when I asked him how he and his family grew Lucky Distribution Services into the company it is today, he didn't talk about luck at all. "We work hard," he said. "We keep a close eye on the bottom line, and we treat our people the right way." In other words, Scott Lucky makes his own luck, which is precisely why he switched to Pure Talk Business. "Last month, I paid the big guys $740 for 12 lines," he told me. "This month, I paid Pure Talk $420 for the exact same service." Thousands of businesses all over the country are saving real money by switching to America's most dependable 5G network, and luck has nothing to do with it. Just dial pound 250 and say micro. That's pound 250 micro to switch to a wireless company that works as hard as you do. Pure Talk.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. And last year, I went a little rogue and dropped a discount code from our friends at Hermes Worldwide. And you guys used it so much, they almost got mad at me. Well, I'm feeling a little spicy again this season. So I'm bringing it back, baby. You can get 30% off your ride to the game with Hermes Worldwide for your entire season. All you have to do is mention the code PL30. Again, mention PL30 when you book your luxury transportation to Empower Field. And contact Hermes Worldwide at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Go Broncos!
Select Health, how can we help?
Representative.
I'm ready to answer any questions you have.
Representative.
I'm Sam.
Representative.
It sounds like you said representative. One moment. Select Health, how can we help?
Finally. Hi, I have a question on copays.
I can help with that.
Real people, real answers in real time. Select Health, insurance made simple. Learn more at selecthealth.org.
Red Rock Roofing. Red Rock Roofing stands for greatness, which is why their free inspection videos offer you valuable knowledge and peace of mind about your Red Rock roof. Red Rock roofers use only the finest roofing materials on the market, installing roofs that'll stand up to all Colorado weather, and they'll even upgrade you to impact-resistant shingles at no cost. Call 720-735-ROOF. Visit redrockroofing.com. Red Rock Roofing. Standing for greatness.
Looking to sell your used Rolex watch? We buy and sell pre-owned Rolex watches. All styles, from old to new. Hi, I'm Scott Matthew with Matthew's Fine Watches and Jewelry. Bring in your Rolex watch and we will buy it on the spot. No shipping your watch off to the internet site and waiting to get a check. Bring your used Rolex into Matthews. We have been servicing Colorado since 1951. Located in the Highlands Ranch Town Center. Matthews, we buy, sell, and service Rolex watches.
Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry. Located in the Highlands Ranch Town Center or online at MatthewsFineWatches.com.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now, the company's changed. Or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So, what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. See website for details.
Planning out your holiday pictures? Let's move you to the front because at Soda Weight Loss, you could drop the belly fat and gain your confidence back, just like Ramon.
I used to dread those pictures. I'd position myself behind someone taller or make sure I was holding a plate so nobody focused on my belly. But that was before Soda. Soda gave me more than a smaller waistline. It gave me back the confidence to wear what I want. And they make it simple. No injections, no hunger, just a plan that works.
Soda Weight Loss is built for busy people like you.
I lost 82 pounds in just 16 weeks. No hunger, no drugs, just steady, real-life progress with the nutritionist who helps you every step of the way.
That's why Soda has nearly 9,000 Google reviews. And right now, the most popular offer of the season is back. Join today, and your partner joins free. Visit SodaWeightLoss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Jim, it's late in the half here at Empower Field, and things are coming down to the wire at the concession stand.
Nachos are a solid choice, but Grant needs to finish strong here.
He scans his wallet and pulls out his Broncos checking debit card for 10% off.
Wow, savvy move. And with no surprise fees, he won't regret this order.
I don't know, Jim. That's a lot of cheese. Bank like a Bronco with Broncos checking from Int Credit Union. Insured by NCUA. Membership required.
Blue Sports Stable is where our community comes together with ice rinks, indoor turf, basketball courts, golf simulators, fitness center and restaurant, themed public skates, ice bumper cars, and learn to play classes. Join youth and adult programs that keep families active year-round. Host unforgettable birthdays, corporate events, and team-building gatherings with one-of-a-kind activities. Your neighborhood hub for play, learning, and connection. Visit BlueSportsStable.com and follow at Blue Sports Stable on Instagram. Blue Sports Stable, something for everyone.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Step Denver, a nonprofit solution to addiction and homelessness.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
What do we make of Bo Nix under the bright lights of Sunday Night Football? Bo Nix. What'd you think of him?
Let's Bo. Let's Bo. Let's Bo. Let's Bo. Let's Bo.
Yeah, that deserves it.
You know, it just feels right.
That deserves
it.
it.
Feels right today. Right, 9 straight wins. Bo Nix had an awesome game. Was it perfect? No. I'm not expecting a year 2 quarterback to be perfect. I'm not expecting any quarterback to be perfect. But what I saw out there from Bo Nix was a confident quarterback that knew what he needed to do to win the game. And that's exactly what I'm going to say. Bo Nix, that was the most confident game Bo Nix has played this year. Even, the Kansas City Chiefs game was good. But what Bo Nix was doing last night on the run, almost knee hits the ground, but gets the ball out like Patrick Mahomes usually does for a touchdown. on the run, very accurate with it, smiling, changing plays up, stepping into his throw, relaxing. All right, he was just confident. And he was confident because he had the knowledge to know what was going on with the defense. That they were going to play zone. The Commanders were going to play zone. So if Bo could stand tall in the pocket and just pick it apart, even when he got on the run, his eyes were always downfield. And he wasn't just trying to get one guy involved. It wasn't a Troy Franklin show. It wasn't a Cortland Sutton show.
No, it was 10 different receivers.
10 different receivers touched that football. That's when Bo Nix is at his best. And that's why I say he had his most confident game against the Commanders on Sunday night. Bo Nix, our franchise quarterback, was bowing.
He was bowing. Is it his best game? Man, I'd have to take a look at the Dallas game and the Colts game.
Okay.
Where against Dallas, I mean, he throws for 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, but I think with the Dallas game, in watching Dallas right now and how they look is just different than what they look like against us.
They were down bad against the Broncos.
They were down bad. There were four practice squad players playing on that defense. They didn't have the depth. It was just bad for them. So, of course, for Bo Nix, like, it's an NFL game. You go out there, you get the stats, and you move on. But this game right here, you're going back and forth. We needed the offense to step up. And Bo Nix stepped up when it mattered the most and made a couple plays that were like, wow, that's pretty impressive. And this is why Bo Nix is a really good quarterback in this league, and he's going to be here for a very long time. Franchise quarterback, baby.
Well, I agree with most of that, and he certainly is. I mean, that was
we got to get you on board with all of that, Zach.
Well, it's just the consistency. It's just the inconsistency,
Okay.
you know. But he's rounding into form. I'm not worried about like some like imaginary halo that's going to pop over Bo Nix's head on a game day that says franchise quarterback, right? He played well enough to win.
I just can't wait for you to say it. I can't wait for Zach Bye to be like, yes, it is now. That he's the
like
franchise
pulling the sword from the stone.
Yeah.
Like, he is the one.
He's the one.
Look, Bo was awesome, man.
He did some good things.
Was it perfect? No. But I often say, don't let perfection be the enemy of really good.
Yeah.
Bo was really good yesterday. And that pass to Sutton, goodness, I mean, was there a better touchdown pass in the NFL in Week 13 than that one? You know, you really have to go through it.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't think so.
Dante, what do you think?
The Mariota to Burks was pretty incredible. That was more of a catch than the throw, but that catch was.
Yeah, that was insane.
I think that's the catch of the year so far.
Why did it on Riley?
There's I know, and you couldn't have played it better.
No, it wasn't on Riley. That one right there was just like a big receiver who, by the way, was in our building.
He was here doing a tryout.
We could have had him.
From Tennessee, right?
Yeah, from Tennessee. He's a first-round draft pick.
Former first-round pick.
Didn't work out over there, but, I mean, he goes up there with them big arms, big hands, and comes down with it. What can you do as a cornerback?
No, and that's like being a shot blocker in the NBA. You're going to get dunked on.
Yeah.
Like, that's part of the job. But it was just unfortunate that it was Riley. It's like, oh, man. Although, hey, in general, I thought Riley Moss played pretty damn good yesterday.
He did. There was a couple times where it's like, okay, Riley, like, this is what I want to see from you. You're very confident. You're not handsy. You're trusting your technique. You're trusting your eyes and your footwork, and you're coming up big for us. There was a couple pass breakups where it's like, Riley, this is what we need to see from you. So the boxing gloves that he was wearing throughout the week, probably punching somebody in the head while he was doing it, it worked for him.
Yeah, he
no
had
penalties.
A sweet breakup down the right sideline in the first half of that game where he tracked the ball and literally punched it. You know, that was teach tape stuff. So mostly good for Riley outside being on the definition of a highlight, which will get featured tonight on You Got Mossed, I'm sure. On
number one.
Monday Night Football. But yeah, I mean, that pass, going back to that pass to Sutton, that's one of the best passes that Bo Nix has ever thrown in his career. And you know what it was, too? Like, what makes these quarterbacks, and 5 of them come to mind, Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Matthew Stafford, and begrudgingly Lamar.
Oh, here you go. That's why you put him last.
He turned it over 3 times yesterday. So,
I didn't want to bring it. Well, Joshy did. against Houston. My man was running for his life.
Well, he
was
running for his life. You should be more sympathetic to someone
Oh,
running
no.
for their life. No, but those guys that we hold in like the highest esteem,
Yeah.
they all make plays way above the X's and O's. That is just like, that's not a play.
Yeah.
There's no call for that. That is you being instinctual and making a play that very few people walking this third rock floating in space from the sun can make. And Bo made one of those plays yesterday. And like that is like talent on display. That is not someone scheming it up for
that's
you.
the athletic ability.
Yes, and it's like that was just fantastic, and it's going to go on Bo Nix's career highlight, really.
And also, Bo Nix did a great job of not taking sacks. He had 1 sack, but there was a couple sack-worthy plays that Bo Nix was able to escape, get the ball out of his hands, live for another down.
Yep.
You don't put yourself and your offense behind the chains. You stay ahead of the chains or right there where you need to be, where you have a chance to get a first down. So Bo Nix did a great job of that, and he's continuing to do that. He's evolving into a really good football player, really good quarterback that over time is going to get even better. The confidence is there. The knowledge is there. They just have to play fast, trust his teammates, and don't just go to one guy. Because I think for the longest it was like, let me try to get Troy Franklin going. Let me try to force the ball to him. Well, in zone, which the Commanders played all damn day, you can't force it over the top when there's already somebody there lurking, waiting for you to throw it deep. So it forces Bo Nix to really have to read a defense and pick it apart and find the hole in that zone and take what's given to him. And that's exactly what Bo Nix did throughout the game, was take what's given to him and get the ball around to everybody. Everybody got to touch the ball. It was like Oprah Winfrey, you get a ball, you get a ball, you get a ball. Zach Bye, you get a ball. So it was fun to watch what Bo Nix did last night.
Yeah, Jaleel had a catch, Marvin Mims, Adam Prentice. Prentice played well, man. Tyler Bidet, who got lit up like a Christmas tree on one of those sidelines. Goodness gracious. Troy Franklin, R.J. Harvey, Pat Bryant, Adam Troutman, he played excellent.
Couple big-time plays.
Sutton, Ingram, they all caught at least one pass from Bo Nix. Here's Sean Payton after the game talking about Bo Nix and him just developing.
You know, he's just one of those guys. One of the things that we really valued on tape was the foot athlete and the throws that he can make from some unusual positions. So he played well in a dirty pocket in college, meaning in our game it's going to be noisy sometimes, and so that you're seeing some of that carry over. You're seeing his confidence carry over. He's just getting better and better, and we're operating better.
And here's a little bit more from Sean on Bo, talking about Bo's final stretch of that game.
Look, end of half, end of game, you know, those critical moments. That was an amazing throw. We were worried his knee was down, but you know, he had good poise, good command, was smart.
Really good poise, way more under control,
yes,
way less antsy and tight. He was much more relaxed. That started with Kansas City a couple weeks ago, and now bleeding over into a game on Sunday Night Football with the largest audience watching him of the season. You know, we'll get the numbers on what it looked like probably tomorrow, but you know, around 25 million people probably watching that game. For him to just, you know, one of my criticisms earlier in the year when you'd say, okay, you know, what are you looking for from Bo? And I'd be asking you the same questions. My answers in September and October almost always started with, he needs to relax. He needs to not grip the steering wheel so tight. And we're seeing it. We're seeing Bo evolve in real time, right before our eyes.
End of half and end of games, if you're a quarterback, that's when you get paid the big bucks. If you can do that, the great quarterbacks can do that. Bo Nix did a great job before halftime, driving his team down the field, making that insane touchdown throw, and giving his team, the offense, a chance to win the game because of that. So if he keeps making plays like that, looking like Patrick Mahomes on that play, my man's going to get a huge paycheck by the end of this.
There's no doubt about that. Okay, what did we make of the Broncos' strength last night? We'll talk about the defense next.
Fresh off their bye week, the Broncos beat the Commanders and recorded their 9th straight win. With a pivotal stretch of games ahead, Sean Payton and Bo Nix have the offense dialed in and ready for a playoff push. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
This week's Recovery of the Week is brought to you by Step Denver, the men's residential addiction recovery program in Lower Downtown. Our Recovery of the Week this week belongs to the Denver Broncos, who had one of the latest buys in professional football that didn't come until week 12. They came out of the bye healthier than going in and are preparing themselves for a home stretch on the back end of the National Football League season. And that is your Recovery of the Week, brought to you by Step Denver. And I'm sitting down with Frank from Step Denver once again. Frank, I recently visited Step Denver and saw something powerful. It was a real sense of brotherhood. Talk to me about the role of community in recovery.
Well, community is everything, Zach. When we're in active addiction, we isolate. We feel like no one understands that loneliness becomes a cycle that keeps us stuck. I was really missing a positive community when I was in my active addiction. I would hide away because I didn't want to deal with my problems. I knew what I was doing was wrong. I just didn't want to deal with the consequences. Now I'm surrounded by like-minded individuals who I can be honest with, without the fear of being judged. I felt guilt and shame alone, but when the first resident welcomed me, I felt like someone finally had my back. Our men live together, eat together, and support each other through the hard stuff. We celebrate victories and lift each other up during setbacks. That kind of shared experience creates deep bonds. We also hold each other accountable, not out of control, but out of care. Everyone's rooting for each other because we've all been there. That connection gives strength, and staying connected, even after transitioning out of the program, is key to maintaining recovery.
If you are someone who is ready and willing to seek help, call now or visit stepdenver.org. If you'd like to give, donations are also accepted at that same link, stepdenver.org.
At 303 Law 4040, we know getting into an accident stinks, and so does getting worked over by the insurance company or even your slick-talking made-for-TV lawyer. So if we can help, just give us a call. 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303 Law 4040.
For the fitness fanatic on your Christmas list, save big this holiday season. At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
Hellsberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop our Black Friday event for up to 65% off in-store or at hellsberg.com.
What if you could delay your next 2 mortgage payments? Imagine putting those 2 payments in your pocket ahead of the holidays. That's possible when you call American Financing. If you're feeling stretched by everyday expenses, groceries, gas, bills piling up, you're not alone. Most Americans are putting these expenses on credit cards, and credit card rates are insane, in the 20s or even 30s. American Financing can show you how to use your home's equity to pay off that debt with rates in the low 5s. Their salary-based mortgage consultants are helping homeowners just like you restructure their loans and save money every month, all without upfront fees. Their customers are saving an average of $800 a month. That's like a $10,000 raise without having to change jobs. Call now before it's too late at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5s start at 6.196% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Friday through Monday, it's the 4-day Black Friday Super Sale at Furniture Row. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Shop deals while they last, plus 60 months no interest. Black Friday sale at Furniture Row ends Monday.
Joel Klatt, the nation's leading voice in college football, joins Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth every Wednesday morning. Presented by Groove Toyota.
Here we go.
Tune in at 8:10 for exclusive insight, bold analysis, and maybe just a hint of shenanigans. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, rolling downhill here on a Reaction Monday, the first day of December, and the weather's getting chilly, but it's the same result with the Denver Broncos. They haven't lost since September.
They don't care about the weather, Zach. They're just like, we're just going to win. Win, 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 win.
Pretty cool, man. What a fun ride we are on. All right, we're going to get back to Broncos here in just about 10 seconds. There's something in the orange and blue coming to Empower Field in August. Zach Bryan is bringing his With Heaven On tour to the Mile High City. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan has your chance to win a pair of tickets to the show on August 13th. All you have to do is download the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app and click on the banner to enter. If you would like to purchase tickets, head to denversports.com/orange for more information. I know you're a Zach Bryan fan. Will you try to make one of these shows?
Something in the orange tells me we're not done. Yeah, man, I definitely will try to do that. Try to do something with my wife, and because she likes Zach Bryan as well. So
yep.
he's a good artist. Man.
He is. He's very, very talented. Very talented. And I will definitely be there for one of those. I think it's a Thursday and a Friday, I want to say. So,
okay, so let's mark that. ZB will not be there Thursday or Friday.
ZB will be with ZB.
Oh,
He's
I love
ZB2.
it.
He's ZB2. I'm ZB1. What did you hey, real quick. Niche observation. And then we'll get to the defense. Niche observation.
Yeah, what's going on?
I'm watching, and maybe this is too niche, but I'm watching the Denver Broncos do the introductions on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
Okay? And, you come on. I'm Phillip Lindsay. I'm from Colorado. Colorado.
You're like Zach By old school.
So, this has evolved into something that it wasn't intended to.
Mm-hmm.
And so they still do the introductions, but I'm telling you, like, I think it's funny. Like, tonight, watch Monday Night Football tonight. Watch the introductions and where these guys say that they're from. They're no longer just say what. Within this past week, I heard someone say, he's from Goon Ave. Goon Ave. I heard someone else say, King of the South. Just
there's already a Queen of the South on Netflix.
There is. Not a bad show.
Not a bad show.
But just because some guys, like, they're mad at their alma mater for some reason, so they're like, Lincoln Elementary School. Like okay. But, like, now you got guys saying, King of the South, Goon Ave. And I watched the Denver Broncos go up there.
Only Zach speaks to this.
I just got to get it off my chest. I got to get it off my chest.
Ahead.
You're introducing yourself as King of the South. It's supposed to be where you went to school. I watched every single member, and again, maybe this is too niche, and maybe I'm just old, but I watched every single member of the Denver Broncos starting offense and defense just say their name and where they played in college.
Yeah.
And you could tell me it's a nothing burger, and maybe you're right. But when I watch that, I go back to us going to training camp practices, coming into here doing the show, and saying, guys, there is a seriousness and a maturity about this group, and they are just business. And when Bo Nick says, we don't have any clowns on this team back in August, I'm not saying if you say you're the King of the South or you're from Goon Ave.
Google it.
I'm not saying
there's a reason why you're
a clown.
Yeah, but there's a reason why you're able to even say it, because you're good enough to be a starter on that football field.
That's right. But so that's fine for those people who do that, and I'm sure there's going to be a Bronco who eventually will pop up and do his own thing or whatever.
Yeah.
But I just think it's a microcosm. A microcosm this is just my opinion. I think it's a microcosm, and a microcosm is something that is small or even niche in this case that represents something else larger. And for me, it speaks to the maturity and seriousness of the group.
So right when you get there, before they usually will do the headshots and the voiceovers during OTAs. So once everybody gets there, they make them do it. Now, my guess is Patrick Smythe, the head of PR, he's in there operating it. He's in there making sure everybody says the right things. And what's going to happen is somebody's going to say something funny, and Patrick Smythe's going to go up to him and say, hey, Sean really doesn't want that. Sean really doesn't want that to be what's seen on TV for you, presented to you. And Sean looks like a guy that's really well thought. He thinks things through.
I agree.
Like even the littlest things, he thinks through. So I can see Sean saying, hey, look, guys, we're not going to act a fool because this is representing the organization. This is representing you and your family.
Correct.
And your alma mater as well if you're still in good with them.
Yeah, right.
But other than that, let's just keep it business. So I could see Sean Payton addressing this before OTAs even start. That's just something that I've been a part of where a coach has said that to us. And I went in there with the Houston Texans and David Coley, old school.
Mm-hmm.
He made it known when it was a PR guy that said, hey, look, I don't want anybody being
just like
goofy.
a little goofy. Yeah.
I don't want anybody being goofy. Like, let's just handle it like professionals. That was his biggest thing, professional.
Yeah, and I still think there's room for that in 2025.
There is.
I do. And so, again, little thing, yeah, but, I think there's something to it. Because I had played for a coach who used to say, how you do anything is how you do everything. So that's kind of filed under that category.
Damn, Zach doesn't like any fun. Doesn't want the music playing. Nobody can say they're from Goon Squad.
No, and hear me. I'm not saying that's a wrong way to do it, but I think that there is something simultaneously right about how the Broncos are doing it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they're doing it.
Not villainizing anyone.
No. I mean, Zach Byer was the same way. Timberlands on, gold teeth, Goon Squadding it up.
Well, I was a boy, and then you grow up, and this is a group of men.
Yeah,
it's a group of men. All right, what did you make of Vance Joseph's defense?
They struggled. They struggled to stop the run. And one thing about a bad team, a good team, if you can run the football, you control the game, you control the clock, you have a physicality to you, and that's exactly what the Commanders had. They say, hey, if we're going to win this game, we have to be able to control the clock. We have to punch Denver's defense in the mouth, which they did. And when Denver brought the pressure that they did, the thing about bringing pressure is now you're leaving holes. So if you don't make the tackle, like Hufanga missed a couple tackles, although he had, I want to say, was it 13 tackles?
He was flying around.
Kamikaze. My man just 1,000 miles an hour. I love it, but also can get you hurt or you don't end up getting the interceptions because you're trying to take somebody out instead of looking for the football.
And 13 tackles, by the way.
13 tackles. But if you miss that tackle, who else is there? The last line of defense is going to be a safety in the back. So this running back who ends up breaking that tackle goes for 10, 15 yards and moves the chains. And what does that do? That keeps the defense on the field. What does that do? It forces the defense to have to change what they're doing to respect the run. And now you're playing more man. And maybe you just don't want to do man right now with someone like PSU coming back off of an injury. And how much trust you have in Riley Moss playing man-to-man, which almost hurt us there at the end.
Yeah.
So I think the defense needs to find a way to get their pass rush, one, to get to Mariota, which did not happen often, and two, stop that damn run. And if you can do that, you'll be better off. But if you can't, you put your defense and your secondary in a bind.
Here is Sean Payton after the game on what Washington did well against this Broncos defense.
But when the quarterback can extend, it becomes tougher, when you're in some of those zones. So we'll look at it. We talked about it just 5 minutes ago, all the things that we got to make sure that we're cleaning up and getting better so it doesn't bite us later. But everyone fought. It was good.
Mariota still moves well.
He does.
And he's probably got to be one of the 5 or 6 best backups in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm thinking, who else? You got Jameis Winston and then maybe a couple other ones. But Marcus Mariota, you talk about a professional player that is a kind man, but also does right things and a great leader. That's Mariota, and he's been through a lot. Been a starter, been benched. He actually got benched playing the Denver Broncos.
That's right.
It was
playing
2019.
for Tennessee.
Playing for Tennessee. And
Mike
that's when
Vrabel.
Tannehill ended up taking over.
Yes.
So, and I remember that.
Good memory.
Yeah.
And that was a revival for Tannehill's career at the time. They went and made a little run there.
I think they end up going to the playoffs and everything else. But for Mariota, I mean, Zach, he's been a first class type of guy since the start. Even when I played against him in the Pac-12 and he was with Oregon, I mean, people adored and loved him. He had that national championship season, and he had the Heisman season.
Yep.
And I just remember pregame and trotting out there, and Auction Stadium gets loud anyway. But when that man touched that football field, just that blade of that turf, right? It's not grass, it's turf. The place erupted. It sounded like he scored a touchdown, which, by the way, he probably scored 5 or 6 on us.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's how much power Marcus Mariota had coming out of college.
Well, he was serviceable, man. He really was. He was serviceable. And in a way that I thought, not that it wasn't possible, but it wasn't my expectation against this Broncos defense. But you got to give Dan Quinn credit. They had a game plan. They stuck to it, get that ball out of his hands as quick as possible, and tried to neutralize one of the great pass rushes that we've seen in recent NFL history. And he did a good job. Got sacked just 2 times, accounted for about 350 yards of offense. He was their leading rusher as well, and he's just a competitor. And the Broncos defense, they've had better days. There was some missed tackles and inability to cover Zach Ertz, who even at this stage in his career is still capable of going for over 100 yards receiving. I mean, that dude's 35 years old.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing with the Commanders. They're an old team. They might be one of the oldest, if not the oldest team in the NFL, and that catches up with you when you don't have the athletic ability. And that's why I'm scratching my head. Why couldn't this pass rush, the 4 pass rushers, get to Marcus Mariota when Marcus Mariota held on to the football? Where was Nick Bonito and Jonathan Cooper? We needed to see them more, because now if you're not getting that pressure on Mariota, the flaws of the secondary start to show man-to-man, and that's something that the Commanders were able to take advantage of with old-ass Zach Ertz, for 35 years old, going across the football field for 15, 20, 30-yard gains.
And Terry McLaurin is still he's
scary.
He's a bad dude, man. Scary Terry. Bad dude, has not been in the fold. Him and Deebo Samuel, I thought both, made a legitimate impact on that game. So, not the defense's best game, but it was almost...
They did enough.
They did enough, and it was healthy to see, especially down the stretch in crunch time when it mattered the most. They got off the field and ended the game, but it was almost healthy to see. Not healthy in a sense where you want to see one side of the ball struggle, but it was healthy to see the defense not be the best version of themselves and the offense pick them up in a way that, we haven't seen too often this year.
You know what? And this is what I want. I want the defense to continue to put pressure on the offense to go out there and do well. Now, I don't want the defense to do bad, but I want the defense to say, okay, like, it's you guys' turn. Because the last time this happened was against the Colts, where the defense wasn't doing well, but the offense was able to sustain drives, put some points on the board, score some touchdowns. Well, that was kind of the same thing that happened against the Commanders, where offense is looking like, if we don't get our act together and we don't move this ball, we're going to lose this game.
Correct.
And Bo Nix, he tightened up. The offense bowed up, was able to get the points, the touchdowns from R.J. Harvey, and also Bo Nix making a couple big-time plays in that 4th down conversion.
Huge.
Perfect setup by Sean Payton, and then getting it to Adam Trotman and getting an explosive play out of it. Like, those are things that help you win close games, and we were able to pull that out because of something like that.
Yeah, I love that sort of play design where Troutman is in there blocking and then releases, and that,
Patience.
I mean, yeah, it really did take some patience, and good on Bo for, it looks like a layup. But we've seen missed layups.
That's true.
In that moment on 4th and 1, delivering that ball on time and on target. All right, this is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive. Woo! And I'll tell you what, the Denver Broncos are just back.
We're back.
Thank you, Sam Ellinger.
Yeah, thank you, man. Sit down now.
A 27-26 overtime win. The first overtime win since the Super Bowl 50 season. And this is like, again, in a year where the Super Bowl is going back to where the Super Bowl 50 game was.
Wow.
You're winning a game in overtime for the first time since Super Bowl 50.
I didn't even think about that one, Zach.
It's the Super Bowl 50 reunion season where everyone came back and there was DT and I'm telling you, this season
Ooh-wee.
that we are living through right now, there's something to it. And I don't know what it is. And I can't put my finger on it. I don't know how it's going to end. But what a ride that we are currently on.
Well, something in the orange tells me we're not done.
I like that, Phil. I like
Every once
this.
in a while, I have a good one, right?
I like that a lot. That was well done.
Oh, I mean, it's insane to think what the Denver Broncos can truly do as long as, one, they got to stay healthy, and two, continue to believe in what they're doing, continue to believe in what Sean Payton is putting out there, that vision that Sean Payton has already put out there for his team. It's coming true. And now everything is out in front of them. The only team that can get in their way is themselves. And that's Bo Nix if he's not doing his part. The offense, if they're not doing their part to help Bo Nix out. The defense, if they start to crumble or start to struggle, that's not going to be good for us. And special teams, they have to stay afloat, do some good things. I want to see more from Marvin Mims moving forward with the return game. Hopefully we can get that going.
Yeah, that was
again.
a little more quiet.
Yeah, and it happens. But overall, the only team standing in the Denver Broncos' way to get into a Super Bowl this year is themselves.
Well, the Broncos have now won 4 straight games by 3 points or less. It is tied for the longest streak in NFL history. Like, this is what we're watching here. Like, no one's making this up. It's unfolding in front of our face.
Crazy, man.
A 1-point win last night, a 3-point win over Kansas City, a 3-point win over the Raiders, a 3-point win over the Texans. And, man, like, hat tip to Sean Payton, because this is the 11th time in 18 seasons as head coach that Sean Payton has a 10-win team. I'm going to say that one more time. The guy's been a head coach in the NFL for 18 years. This is his 18th season. This is the 11th double-digit win season in 18 years.
He's that good. He's just a really good coach. Now, people can say whatever they want to say about the man individually, and you know, he has his own flaws. But when it comes to the X's and O's, and as a teacher, and understanding what he wants for his team and his offense, he does a damn good job with that, and he wins because of that. He has a structure. He has a vision for everybody that's in that building. And that's why he's so successful. That's why the Denver Broncos will have an opportunity to win a Super Bowl. If it's not this year, hopefully it will be. You've said it before. Like, you believe that the ownership group, Bo Nix, George, and Sean, you believe because of all those 4 things, they can win a Super Bowl. But it starts with Sean Payton and what he pitches his players, what he pitches his coaching staff to come here and play for him and play hard for him.
Yeah, and there was a point in the broadcast last night where Chris Collinsworth was telling a story. And by the way,
Uh-oh. What happened?
No, it just I'm not going to tell another fan how to fan, but gosh, we might need to toughen up as Broncos country with the amount of complaining about the announcers. The announcers. Like, you go on social media, Tony Romo, worst ever. Phil Simms, he's the worst. Chris Collinsworth, I can't
Tony
say.
Romo, like I have a bone to pick with people. Like, Tony Romo's really good. Now, is there some times where you can be dry and all that? Like, you try to do that job, truly. Like for me, when I'm sitting here in front of a microphone, it's hard to do and it takes time. But for Tony Romo and what he brings to the table and the insight that we get. Like, come on, guys.
There's so much belly aching about that.
Come on.
Like, I've never turned a game off because of the announcer.
No.
But to each his own. But Collinsworth was telling a story from, he didn't say the name, but he said there was a Broncos coach that he was talking to.
Yeah.
And he said that coach said about Sean Payton, he doesn't let anything slide. He goes, he addresses everything. And I just think, like, Vic Fangio was hired here in Denver, and the big hot button phrase at the time and it helped him get the job and sell John Elway that he should be the guy, is he believed in that there was such thing as death by inches. And I don't know if he ever used that verbiage with you guys.
It all the time.
But it was like the big thing for Vic. It was death by inches.
Yeah.
And it goes back to a quote I was saying from a former coach of mine, how you do anything is how you do everything. Like, if you start letting little stuff slide, like, that can be its own slippery slope. And Sean doesn't use the phrase death by inches, but when I heard that story last night from Chris Collinsworth saying this dude doesn't let anything slide, he sees it, he addresses it, he'll do it in front of everyone, and then it becomes a non-issue. And the coach that Collinsworth was talking to said, man, I could coach here for a long time with a guy like that. Because you have to imagine these coaches, and it's such a transient business. You're here for 2 years, you moved there for 2 years, and you're coaching, and if you're a believer in accountability and culture, and you have seen other coaches let that slip, and then you are living an experience of what it's like when that stuff doesn't fall through the cracks. I think stuff like that.
It.
Yes,
you appreciate that coach a little bit more. And honestly, Zach, we got to see it during the preseason when Sean was against San Francisco, and it was after the San Francisco game. Sean had a bunch of complaints that he was going to talk to his PR marketing team about.
Yes, that's right.
That he didn't like.
That's right.
And it wasn't nothing. It had nothing to do with the football game. It had everything to do to the lead up to the game.
Yeah, like the operations.
The operations, the hotel, the busing, like the food. Maybe there wasn't some ice cream there the night before the game. Maybe Sean loves his ice cream. So like little things like that we don't pay attention to, or a player doesn't pay attention to, Sean does. And it's all about the attention to detail. Even when he's coaching and he's teaching and he's stopping the play and he's explaining what he wants done, he's being honest to him. And that's one thing that I can say, talking to my teammates, like sometimes Sean and another player are going to butt heads, but Sean's going to let you express yourself, and Sean's going to express himself, and then you move on.
Well, honesty is got to be more than half of what a player's looking for.
That's it.
And
tell the truth.
We have heard from multiple players that have played for Sean. It's like Sean's going to keep it real with you. You know, Sean's just going to be his authentic self. Whether that lands wrong with you or not, you're going to have to deal with that as it comes. But, yeah.
He's going to be truthful. So next time that you ask Sean a question, ask him if you're ugly or pretty. He's going to let you know, Zach.
Well, I certainly don't want to be pretty, but I also don't want to be ugly as well. What do you think was the biggest play yesterday's game?
Oh, man, Zach, going through the film.
Or you can pick three of them if you want.
Okay, three. Let's go with this. One of the biggest plays was Dre Greenlaw having that interception in the red zone.
Yep.
Marcus Mariota, what are you doing? You're a vet in this league. You panicked. You threw it to the other team. That helped out because now the Commanders weren't able to get points, specifically a touchdown, which was great. Another one I'm going to have to say is Singleton.
Oh my gosh.
With the Zach Ertz catch down the middle, like that was going to be a first down. Singleton having the knowledge to like, you know what, let's play smart football. He already beat me or got behind me. Let me punch this ball out. It works. You stopped Commanders from scoring a touchdown. That was huge.
That's a huge one. And on the broadcast at the time, they said that's the biggest play of the day so far.
Yes.
And that was, I think, trying to convert like a 3rd and 21.
It was.
I want to say.
It was insane.
And they were on the verge of converting it. I mean, it was going to be one of the better conversions of the entire day in the NFL. And Singleton, you know, this guy, Alex Singleton, I just, for Instagram and TikTok earlier today, sat down and did a video about him. And not just about the cancer stuff.
Did you shoot it out already?
I did. I did.
Follow him.
Go watch it. Just type in Zach Bide either thing. It comes right up. But go watch the reel. Like when you take a step back and talk about Alex Singleton and his story, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get it like a 2-minute like summary of like, who the hell... Like, how did he get here?
Yeah.
Like, and then you have the cancer stuff on top of it. And don't forget, he's coming back from the ACL. But this is a player that, like, was not heavily recruited out of high school, out of California. He goes to Montana State, which is a really good FCS program, but not to be confused with LSU or Bama. And he doesn't get drafted. But he has a good enough career at Montana State that he gets invited to camp to Seattle. They say, no, thank you. They release him before he plays a game. He gets invited to camp from the Vikings. They say no thank you. Release him before he ever plays a game.
Yeah.
Same thing with the New England Patriots. So the NFL door is closing on Alex Singleton. What does he do? He goes up to Canada. He wasn't just there for a cup of coffee. He played an entire 2015 season. So when the Broncos are winning a Super Bowl, he's playing up in Canada.
Wow.
So he's playing in Canada in 2015.
Yeah.
He came back and played in 2016. He came back and played in 2017. And he plays well enough and wins a Grey Cup, which is their championship up there. He played for the Calgary Stampeders. And
he still represents it. He always reps it when they're playing. He always gives them shout-outs.
I love that. And I love that loyal to the soil stuff. I really do. But then he gets, invited to the practice squad with Philly. They don't intend on playing him, but there's an injury to a special teams core member. So he gets involved in special teams. But then there's another injury to the linebacker, and he's got to play. And this is the 2020 season, I want to say, and he picks off Nick Mullins, against the Niners, runs it back to the house. The announcers are struggling to find his name, so they're delayed on the touchdown call.
You're like, I think it's Singleton.
And seriously, like they score the touchdown. Singleton doesn't get a shout until after the touchdown scored. and then, he gets an invite to Denver. And he signed a 1-year, $1 million contract. And then all he does is goes on to set the single season tackle record.
He's a tackling machine.
Twice. Number 1 and number 2 is 2 of his seasons in 22 and 23. And then he blows out his ACL. But don't forget, he played the whole game on the torn ACL.
He did.
49 snaps on a torn ACL. He comes all the way back, takes a piss test, gets flagged for cancer.
Saves his life, that piss test.
But before he gets the surgery, he suits up and plays against the Raiders.
Because he didn't know if it was going to be his last game.
Correct. And he knocked someone's block off in that game following a Dondre Tillman pick. And then he gets surgery the next day. And then 23 days later, he's back making big plays for the Broncos. This guy is a legend in my book. He is becoming a Denver Broncos legend. And that's why I wanted to make that video for social.
Well, damn, Zach, nobody's going to go watch it. You just put it out there.
Sorry.
Is this Zach Byer or is this Alex Singleton we're talking to?
No, it fires me up.
No,
but that type
sure.
of dog and that type of perseverance, and I just
we
love
gotta
that
get this
stuff.
clip so we can send it to Alex. We got to send this. He'll love this.
Well, someone send him the video that I made. Someone
we'll
tag
do
it
that.
in the comments or something. But yeah, I just that stuff fires me up because that stuff, man, like, come on, that's a unique story this guy's telling here in Denver.
Yeah, I mean, he's an Iron Man. He's what you want everybody to be. If you had 11 Alex Singletons, not Janos anymore, 11 Alex Singletons, you're going to win a lot of football games. And they are. They're a well put together team. They love each other. They trust each other defensively especially.
Sure.
And they're making plays. Alex Singleton comes back after a surgery, after getting stitched up and something taken out of him, and still goes out there and wreaks havoc and makes a couple big time plays. You gotta love this.
Love it
for Alex Singleton. This is why it's a special year for the Denver Broncos in general, but for the defense, for Alex Singleton. This is gonna be a 30 for 30. They can get to the mountaintop and they can win it. This is going to be a 30 for 30 of like how things were with Russ and Sean to how Sean ends up drafting Bo Nix.
Yes.
They're videotaping all this right now.
Totally.
And so I can't wait to see what this looks like once we hit that mountaintop.
Man, what was your – I kind of hijacked it when
you're good.
Getting fired up about Alex Singleton and his story, but
the last one to me.
Give me another big play.
The last big play for me, Zach, came down to Sean Payton. It wasn't a player. It was Sean Payton. And the defense was dog tired. And if it wasn't for Sean, maybe, just maybe, the Commanders win that game. But Sean takes the timeout in overtime, lets his defense rest, gives VJ a chance to rethink what he wants to throw out there when it comes to his play. VJ changes that play up to a blitz. They were going to go zone. Well, Commanders were eating up the zone all day. You don't want to give Marcus Mariota and Scary Terry and these other receivers, Zach Ertz, more time. You don't want that. So what does VJ do? He changes the play up. He goes with a blitz. Now, they don't know where the blitz is going to come free, but somebody is coming free. Well, I don't know why the Commanders will let someone like Nick Bonito go free, but they let him go free, and Nick Bonito bats the ball down, and that's why the Denver Broncos win that game. That's because Sean Payton decides to take that timeout, let the defense regroup, and that helps out. That's one of the biggest plays, if not the biggest play that happened, and it was because of Sean taking a damn timeout.
Well, definitely a different angle on me asking you what the three biggest plays were. It's actually a play that didn't happen because you called the timeout. And he gave Vance credit after the game for changing one thing on that play call that allowed Nick Bonito to bat down that game-winning pass with his clubbed-up hand, and the irony of that. What a crazy game, man.
You have any big ones? Big-time moments? Did I miss anything?
Well, I think the Ingram 41-yard catch and run, on the jerk route on Bobby Wagner, that was awesome. That was a... Evan Ingram is not a young player, but I'll use the phrase coming-of-age moment as a Bronco. We have been waiting for Ingram to really pop, and he hasn't really had a game. Now he's had a moment here or there, and you take these small victories, but it's been largely a pretty frustrating experience considering the hype that has been around Evan Ingram. So to see him actually go out there in the highest leverage moment of the game in overtime, and you're trying to win your first overtime game in a decade, which is almost impossible to believe, but it's true. And we finally got to see him with the ball in his hands in space and have him open up in a way that I have not seen since preseason game number 2 against Arizona when I was there with my son and he caught the second pass of the game and took it down the right sideline. We have not seen him operate like that. And that dude, there's still thoroughbred in those legs. And when he throttled down, man, that was fun to watch. I think for me, in a game full of big plays, whether it's Troutman on 4th and 1, Greenlaw, his pick, Pat Bryant, catch and run on 3rd and 5.
Your boy Pat.
Down 14-13, that set up that RJ touchdown to go up 20-14. That was big. There was a lot that happened, but if I was going to isolate one play that stood above the rest unfairly, because there was a lot of big plays, I would say the Ingram catch in overtime.
Well, Evan Ingram led the team in targets and receptions. 9 targets, 6 receptions for 79 yards. Could have scored a touchdown. I thought he was going to score a touchdown in overtime. Ends up getting tackled, but it's a 41-yard gain. And maybe that lights a fire up under him. That's like, dude, you're here. Maybe that lights a fire up under Sean to get him going more, and even for Bo to look at him a little bit more, like you said earlier. So for Evan Ingram, it was great to see. Can we get you back to that Joker role? We need you doing these routes, the choice routes, the jerk route that you got done talking about, making defenders look silly if they want to go man-to-man on you. You have the athletic ability. You have the size. You got to continue to catch the ball and make those plays happen.
Man, oh, man. Let us know, what did we miss in terms of big plays? A big play that went against the Commanders is Dondre Tillman should have been called for a tripping penalty on that big sack that led to the 3rd and 21. I mean, Tillman clearly lifts his leg up, and the referees just kind of missed it. A lot of times it feels like those calls have gone against Denver over the years.
Yeah, and honestly, that was a big-time play. Like, if Tillman doesn't trip Mariota and you have Q Robertson, that doesn't touch Mariota when he hits the ground.
Correct.
That changes the game.
Dude, it's like a 3rd and 2 instead of 3rd and 21.
And so for Q Robertson, it's like, dude, you're a rookie.
Right. You got to,
you know what I mean?
College, you're down.
Exactly. And you haven't had a lot of reps out here. But you must touch the player. Even if you think that he's down and he's already been tackled or touched, you double check and you touch, because that could have been a big time play for the Commanders. Now it wasn't, and thankfully things went how they went, but that's something for Q Robinson where I guarantee Sean's talking to him right now. Don't let that happen again, because if you're in a Super Bowl and that happens and you end up winning,
oh my gosh,
what are we going to be saying?
Could you imagine? Yeah, no, you're right. That's got to be a lesson during the film.
Yeah.
Of like, hey, I know, on Saturdays you're down, on Sundays you're not. You have to be touched. So yeah, that was I guess a teaching point here. Moving forward. And then Troutman on the 4th and 1 when he's blocking on the line and releases, and I mean that was huge. I thought Adam Prentice played great. Show
the fullback some love. 2 passes, one against the Chiefs that was pretty big.
Yes.
That kept the chains moving.
Yes.
And then one against the Commanders, that was another big one that kept the chains moving. Prentice does a great job of blocking, and he got a carry that moved the chains as well. Like, Sean's involving everybody, and this is when Sean's at his best. We talk about Bo Nix getting that ball around to all the receivers, but Sean Payton getting everybody on that football field involved. that's when he's at his best, and that's when the Denver Broncos can flourish as an offense. So it's fun to watch.
It's really fun to watch. It really is. Here is Sean Payton reflecting after the game, talking about the craziness of that game.
It's the first time for me, I don't know how many years as a head coach, where I took the quarterback to helmet out, and then there's that flag on the field, and we didn't get the sack, and the interference was called. So that's never happened before. So yeah, there was a lot of back and forth with that game. It's a great game to win. It's a tough one to lose. I just finished telling these guys, I can recall like the journey of a good team season involves games like this, and then you believe you can do it again. But I can remember that 2009 season, having a game here. You guys can look it up. We were down a bunch of points and came back and won in overtime, and almost like wanted to sprint in the locker room and shower so they couldn't make us come back. So give those guys credit. Washington, that's a team that's got playoff pedigree now. Dan's done a great job. They were in the postseason last year. They've had some injuries. They were a handful tonight.
And I went back and looked at that game from 2009 that Sean is referencing again, against Washington at that time, the Redskins. It was a 33-30 overtime win. Saints were down. Saints were down big, and they came back and forced overtime and won the game. And yeah,
overtime now.
Yeah, and for Sean to be coaching in his 18th year and say, I've never had a game where I took off the communication to the quarterback's helmet. And you see this every Saturday and Sunday. These coaches, as soon as the time's winding down, they take off the headset, they hand it to the guy, normally the get-back guy or whoever's behind them, ops guy. And Sean did that, not realizing that, no, this game's not over. There's a defensive pass interference on Hufanga. And
which, by the way, that's hard. That's a hard one, too, Zach, because Mariota, you think it's down. He finds a way to get out of two Denver tackles, and
that
makes an amazing throw. And for Hufanga, like, he's just sitting right there. You can't do it. But it's easier said than done in live action when the ball's in the air.
Right. You know what it reminded me of for a half second? It reminded me of your season. I forget if it was 18 or 19, and it seemed like these quarterbacks were getting out of these jams against the Broncos defense. The Jacoby Brissett, Vaughn having him by the hand warmer.
Like Vaughn, all you had to do was push him out of bounds.
And he found T.Y. Hilton down the field, and Colts end up winning. It was the Mitchell Trubisky, playing the role of Houdini. There's 3 different Broncos around him, and that's what it kind of felt like in that moment.
Did Mayo say the world of suck? Was that the year?
Yep. We're living in a world of suck. Yes, and and for a second there, I'm like, oh my God, Marcus Mariota is about to, But it's all good. It didn't happen, and the Broncos somehow, some way, win their 9th game in a row and move to 10-2 on the season. Every Broncos team that has gone 10-2 has gone to the Super Bowl.
Uh-oh.
So it's getting real. It's getting real. And it's not too early to be looking around at the scoreboard, because how did a psychotic week in the NFL most impact the Broncos? And could we be in store for one more chapter of chaos tonight before closing the book on Week 13? That's coming up next.
It was a back-and-forth, penalty-filled battle, but the Broncos walked away victorious thanks to an overtime touchdown from R.J. Harvey and a game-saving stop by Nick Benito. With another gutsy win under their belt, has Denver proven that they have the makeup of a championship-caliber team. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here on behalf of the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, talking to you men out there. We're coming out of what for a lot of us was a long weekend, and oftentimes it's in a relaxed environment like that where you can bump into your partner, and next thing you know, bada bing, bada boom, you're getting intimate. Guys, intimacy is a great part of the human experience, okay? But when erectile dysfunction harms intimacy, it can have devastating effects on a relationship. Don't let that happen, guys, because ED is a medical condition. And like most other medical conditions, it's treatable, all right? And I'm talking about treatments with success rates well over 90%. I'm talking Hall of Fame numbers, folks. So why would you not pick up the phone or go online and visit Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic? They're not new. They've served the Front Range of Colorado for nearly a decade. They've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. All right, so schedule a consult. All right, they have an expert staff in 5 locations in Colorado to serve you. So call them at 720-440-7900 or visit them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Hellsberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop our Black Friday event for up to 65% off in-store or at hellsberg.com.
Broncos country. Football season is in full swing. Whether you're bundling up at Empower Field or heading to Boulder to cheer on Coach Prime and the Buffs, make sure you get there on time and in style. Let my friends at Hermes Worldwide tackle the traffic and parking hassles for you, and all you need to do is sit back, relax, stay warm, and enjoy the ride while they get you to and from the game safely, so you can focus on the important stuff, like watching your favorite team stack those wins or making as many memories as possible with your loved one and friends. All you need to do is call Hermes Worldwide today at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports to book your next ride today.
It's time to pack the CU Event Center for Colorado basketball. The Buffs are back, and single game and group tickets are on sale now. Come cheer on your Buffaloes as they take on Big 12 powerhouses like Arizona, Kansas, Texas Tech, and more. Groups of 10 or more can take part in exciting game day experiences. Grab your tickets today at cubuffs.com/tickets or call the CU Athletics ticket office at 303-492-8282.
Hey folks, Stoke here from my friends at Embers Golf, your go-to spot for holiday shopping. That's right, gear up, save big, and surprise the golf fan in your family. Embers Golf is family-owned and customer-focused, so you know you're getting the best service and the best deals. I know, I got a full bag fitting from my guys over there, Trevor and Tate. I'm telling you, it was the absolute best. I love my new clubs that I got this year. Driver 3-wood, all my irons. What a golf year it's been. So don't wait, shop now at embersgolf.com. Embers Golf, where your passion meets a greet.
Welcome to Blue Sports Stable, Colorado's premier multi-sport destination. Their massive facility features ice rinks, indoor turf, basketball courts, golf simulators, fitness center, and restaurant, all under one roof. Perfect for families and groups with themed public skates, ice bumper cars, learn-to-play programs, birthday parties, corporate events, and team-building activities. Open to everyone. Come play, skate, celebrate, and connect. Visit BlueSportsStable.com and follow @BlueSportsStable on Instagram. Blue Sports Stable, something for everyone.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. The holidays will be here before you know it, and for many families, that means excitement, but also stress. Between gifts, travel, and higher prices, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, especially if you're already relying on credit cards to cover the basics. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. If you're a homeowner, you might have considered reaching out to my friends at American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. That's why American Financing created the Smart Equity Loan, a simple, smart way to get your finances back on track without giving up your low mortgage rate. Unlike a HELOC, which can fluctuate with the market, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate, so you'll have one predictable monthly payment. It lets you use your home's equity to pay off high-interest debt, free up cash flow, and still keep your existing mortgage intact. There are no upfront fees to find out if you qualify. Call American Financing at 303-695-7000 or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
I know some people think after a car accident, do I really need a lawyer? Hiring Postman Law isn't only about the courtroom. We're your single point of contact in a complicated claims process. We take on the insurance adjusters, organize your medical bills, coordinate with doctors, and make sure nothing gets missed. Get the outcome you deserve without the headache. Call 844-POSTMAN. When other firms promise, Postman delivers.
Call 844-POSTMAN. Attorney Advertising.
You know that feeling when you catch a glimpse in the mirror and think, hey, I look 10 years younger. That's what happens when you stop dieting and start doing Soda weight loss.
I tried point counting, calorie counting, shots, and nothing has worked until Soda weight loss.
Soda weight loss gives you a personal nutritionist you can text anytime.
Everybody's great here. Everybody's encouraging. There were some times where I felt down and they brought me back up. If you stick with this program, you will lose weight and you will get to your goal weight.
When you sign up for Soda weight loss, your partner joins for free.
If you're ready to feel stronger, healthier, and yes, look and feel 10 years younger, this is your moment. No meds, no gimmicks, just real results with real support.
Remember, sign up now and your partner joins for free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's powered by Archwell Health. Primary care for adults age 60 and older.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
So here in about, call it 40, 45 minutes or so, Monday Night Football is going to kick off, and the Broncos competition for the top seed will be on the field. All right, and that has become really what feels like the singular focus for the Denver Broncos is obtaining the top seed. Listen to the tone in Sean Payton's voice when asked after the game if the number one seed is a realistic possibility.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the silliest question of the night. We're competing for it, but certainly we respect the other teams in our conference, but certainly we're competing for it.
Yeah, so if there was any doubt, he just called it the silliest question of the evening.
I mean, for Sean, he's been talking about this moment, talking about the Super Bowl before the season even started. So, that's been on his mind and in the players' minds this whole season. And so now you have a chance to really do it, to secure the number one spot at some point. You have 9 games under your belt straight. Everything is out in front of you. Why wouldn't you be thinking this? And I guarantee you that's something that Sean's saying to them every day. Hey, we're getting closer. It's right here. The money I told you guys we're going bounty gates on somebody, it's right in front of us.
Well, it is. I mean, you could see it. I mean, it's not like you need to squint. There's 5 games left on the horizon. That's it. And right now, the Broncos currently sit in that number one spot. New England has yet to have their bye week, which feels crazy here as we're into December.
It is crazy. That's a long bye week and a long time to try to mentally prepare for so many games, and hopefully you can stay healthy. But man,
yeah. And so, can the Giants play the role of upset? On paper, probably not. Giants are a 7.5-point underdog tonight in Foxborough. But that being said, the reason why we love the NFL is because of weekends like this past one, where 7 different matchups, the team that was supposed to lose went out and won. Whether it was the Packers going into Detroit, handing the Lions another loss. Oh, my gosh. The Lions, I kind of look at them like Buffalo, of you guys had this incredible opportunity.
There was a window right in front of them.
Yep.
And they didn't take advantage of it.
And now Buffalo's is a little bit different because you're going up against a dynasty. Lions are in the NFC.
Yeah.
They just didn't handle business. But it's man, they're coming all the way back down the earth. That's a 7-5 team. They've won 2 more games than they've lost. So that's an upset. Kansas City, 3.5-point favorite in Dallas on Thanksgiving. They lose outright to Dak and the Cowboys. The Ravens at home, a favorite. They lose. They lose big. They got more than doubled up by Cincinnati, who, speaking of double up, has twice as many losses than wins.
But you get Joey B back. Joe Burrow is back in action and made them pay.
Yep.
And now Baltimore's on the outside trying to look in. But I don't think they may not end up making the playoffs.
No, they're 6-6 now. And you look at the Eagles, they're at home as a touchdown favorite on Black Friday. They lose. They lose big. You know, the Bears, I did not see that coming. They ran for about 300 yards on Philly.
Hey, the head coach, Ben Johnson, who was the offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, I mean, he's putting it together. They're playing for him, too. They're playing hard. Ben Johnson takes his shirt off right after the game, shows those muscles. That's what I want to see Sean do. Take your shirt off after a win.
Ben Johnson put together. I mean, you know, you can tell he put some work in. Who else there? It was the Browns got beat like a drum. Jerry Jeudy freaking out on Shedeur Sanders.
What's going on? You have Shelby Harris, who's on the team, too.
Yes.
Talking about how Jennings, the receiver from the 49ers, and he deserved to get punched in his nuts.
Yes, listen to this.
He's a hoe, and I want that known. Like, I see why he got punched in the nuts, because that's some, like, he says some things that you should not say to another man ever. But, like, I don't respect it because you say that, then run behind your O-line. That's some real soft and I want that known. I see exactly why they punched your nuts. I'm surprised nobody punched him in the jaw yet.
That's just a classic soundbite. Classic soundbite. I wish we had the sound of Judy freaking out on Shedeur.
I wish we did, too.
Oh, my gosh. What a turd Judy is, man.
Yeah.
He is. He tried to embarrass him.
A rookie quarterback in his second game in the cold, trying to figure things out. You go to him. You start yelling at him while the camera is in your face. Who does that?
Jerry Jeudy.
Jerry Jeudy, you're right.
Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, there is a guy out there that would do it.
Oh, man. So there's upsets left and right. 7 of them yesterday, and tonight could be another one. That would be a massive assist if the Giants could somehow knock off New England in Foxborough. Jackson Dart, we believe, is starting tonight, not Jameis Winston.
Yep.
So he's back in the lineup. But, Kansas City losing at Dallas. Chiefs are well, I don't know if Baltimore's on the outside looking in.
They're 6-6.
Okay. I just don't know what the division.
Yeah.
Technically, they're winning the division right now,
okay,
which is crazy. It was the Steelers, but they got knocked into oblivion by Buffalo yesterday. I thought Joey Bosa was going to send Rodgers right into retirement. Holy moly.
Rodgers
We need
had the little nose.
Yeah, he's bleeding from the face. I mean, he's slow to get up. The Chargers are still hanging around, after a win over the Raiders. But
Herbert's about to have surgery on the non-throwing arm.
How about that? Hand. And they haven't ruled him out yet. They still hope he plays next week. So, yeah, I mean, and even you talk about assumptions. How many times last week, during the week, on any show around the country, there was like, well, we finally figured out who the best team in the NFL was.
Yeah,
it's the Rams.
For sure. I mean, that's what I said. I said, hey,
me too.
The Rams are.
And then there they were getting walked off by the Panthers. And so this league is crazy, but I'll tell you what, man, this is so fortuitous because in a landscape right now, especially in the AFC, that's chaotic and wide open. It's actually intersecting with the Denver Broncos having this
magical season.
And I don't know, man. Throughout the season, the Super Bowl would get brought up, and I'd be like, okay, let's just, let's slow down a little bit.
It's not about Super Bowl now, Zach. It's Super Bowls.
And I'd be like, let's slow down a little bit. But, as of a couple of weeks ago, I'm just like, yeah, why can't the Denver Broncos go win the Super Bowl?
And my guessing is that's exactly what Sean Payton's saying every time he steps foot into that meeting room. Why not, boys? Why can't we be the guys holding that trophy? I've done it before. I know how it feels to win. A lot of you guys do not. I don't think anybody on that team has won a Super Bowl. Even Hufanga and Dre Greenlaw.
No.
They got to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, McGlinchey too.
McGlinchey as well, but they didn't win it. So you have a team that's hungry, that wants to have that feeling, that wants to see what that feeling really feels like to be the ultimate champion. So they're hungry, and they're wanting some more. They want some more. They want some more. They want some more.
Well, guess who the favorite in the clubhouse is to come out of the AFC and play in the Super Bowl? We'll give you the updated odds. Also, game balls coming up next.
Join Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan and Blue Sports Stable in Superior for our Denver Sports Equipment Drive, benefiting Recruiting Classroom. We're taking donations of new or gently used sports equipment through December 20th. Head to denversports.com/equipment for a list of drop-off locations and most needed items. And help us spread some cheer this holiday season.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, She knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
How do you stay humble when you're America's #1 wiper blade? That's what we're currently dealing with at Rain-X. Is it even possible to humble brag when you bully Mother Nature like we do? Do we sound too conceited if we keep repeating how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America? No, we'll take a lesson from our wipers and just keep doing our job with humility. As America's #1 wiper blade. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Select Health, how can we help?
Representative.
I'm ready to answer any questions you have.
Representative.
I'm Sam.
Representative.
It sounds like you said representative. One moment. Select Health, how can we help?
Finally. Hi, I have a question on copays.
I can help with that.
Real people, real answers in real time. Select Health, insurance made simple. Learn more at selecthealth.org.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Looking to sell your used Rolex watch? We buy and sell pre-owned Rolex watches. All styles, from old to new. Hi, I'm Scott Matthew with Matthew's Fine Watches and Jewelry. Bring in your Rolex watch and we will buy it on the spot. No shipping your watch off to the internet site and waiting to get a check. Bring your used Rolex into Matthews. We have been servicing Colorado since 1951. Located in the Highlands Ranch Town Center. Matthews, we buy, sell, and service Rolex watches.
Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry. Located in the Highlands Ranch Town Center or online at MatthewsFineWatches.com.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. You'll find exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 50% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop. Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop. A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
Happy holidays, Colorado. This is David Chemansky with U.S. Mortgages, and after 30 years, we could not be more thankful and grateful to this great state and all the people who have contacted us and trusted us for their loan needs. Remember to take time to reflect on what matters most this holiday season, like family, friends, and God. We are in such a blessed country, and we all have so much to be thankful for. So from all of us to all of you, thank you and happy holidays.
Hey guys, it's Zach By here. This holiday season, give your home the gift of beauty and comfort with 50-80 Exteriors. For a limited time, enjoy 20% off your windows or siding project. That's right, premium craftsmanship, stunning curb appeal, and energy efficiency. All at a holiday savings you can't miss. Call 5280 Exteriors today or visit 5280exteriors.com to schedule your free consultation. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality. Don't wait, this offer ends soon.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. If you find yourself in a car accident, do not tell the insurance company you are fine. They will hold that against you even if you end up with medical bills 3 months later. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law.
Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry!
It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, final segment here on a Reaction Monday. Cannot believe it's the month of December. This season is flying by. It's wildly fun, man. And there's a scenario where the Broncos are just getting started. You know, and
just warming up.
Sky is truly the limit. Warming up as it's getting cold outside.
Like that.
So we'll see. I told you before the last break that there are updated AFC playoff odds. All right, and the number one odds-on favorite to win the AFC and represent the AFC rather in the Super Bowl at plus 450. So $100 on this team, if they went and did it and played in the Super Bowl, would win you $450. It is the Denver Broncos.
Ooh-wee.
It is the Denver Broncos.
We have not arrived yet, but it's looking good for us. That's insane.
It is. So
AFC representing the AFC, the Denver damn Broncos.
Again, the odds makers, they're often right, but they're also wrong regularly, as evidence of yesterday, 7 upset wins. So they were off the mark 7 times yesterday. But that being said, that's a really good place to be. Who do you think is second in the AFC?
Ooh, I don't think it's going to be the Patriots. I think a lot of people don't believe them. So I'm going to go with, I'm just going to put it out there, Buffalo.
It is Buffalo.
Is it Buffalo?
Yep.
You know, because they're still winning games. They beat up on the Steelers Sunday.
Yep.
And then you still got Josh Allen.
Well, you know I'm not as high on Buffalo as I have been in years past. If Buffalo had the teams that they've had in years past that lost to Kansas City and dropped them in this year, they could, represent the AFC. I just don't, I don't know about that right now. They are.
Yeah, you don't see it. You can't close your eyes and see it because their defense is like, it's like toilet paper. You're just pushing through them.
Yeah.
But also it seems just off. They're just off right now. But if they're one-off games that
they are
in the playoffs,
right,
and you
right.
have the right scheme at the right time. Josh Allen makes a couple big-time plays, and you look up and he's winning.
Yeah. Well, it's Denver as the odds-on favorite at plus 450 to come out of the AFC. Buffalo is plus 480. The Patriots right behind them at plus 490. So it is really tight. After that, it gets to be plus 690 for the Indianapolis Colts. So those three are bunched up there, and then it be a pretty big distance. Then it's Baltimore, and then it's Kansas City at plus 880. So a $100 bet on KC to come out of the AFC would net you $880. So the Broncos basically, by the math, roundabout, have twice as better odds at Kansas City or than Kansas City to represent the AFC. So there's your update. Game balls.
Game balls.
Game balls. Before we give our game balls, here was Sean Payton, if they're feeling more pressure during this win streak.
We began feeling it a long time ago, but when you get on a streak, I mean, generally when you have a good team, you win how many games in a row at some point. And when you win 9 in a row and then convert that to baseball or basketball, you guys do the math. What would it be? It's like 45 games. So it's a lot. And so you do begin to believe in it's going to happen. But there can't be that false belief. I mean, there has to be that preparation and the corrections so that the next week is better.
I like the way that he spun it at the very end. Like, it can't be a false belief.
Yeah.
Like, we have corrections to make, and they certainly do. And we'll talk about some of those corrections throughout the week and look at the Broncos with a critical eye. But it's different. It's really cool. perspective to share that if you did what the Broncos are doing and did a cross-sport analogy, that what they're doing right now in a 17-game schedule would be the equivalent of the Denver Nuggets, who have not won 10 games in a row in the Jokic era.
They almost did. They had a chance.
Yep, they did.
Messed that one up.
They did. But that would be the equivalent of the Denver Nuggets winning approximately 45 games in a row.
When he told us to do the math, I was mathing it up, and I got 45 games.
Yeah.
I got there.
And you know he knew what the number was. Like,
Sure.
What do you guys think the number is?
He said, why would you do that to us, Sean?
That is Sean. He's like, yeah.
Do the math.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But man, really, really cool. Just position to be in. Doing this job in Denver or being a fan of the Broncos in this period of time. And it's just a really unique window of time right now, really, with all three of our fall and winter teams.
Yeah. Great time to be a Colorado fan.
Yeah, really, maybe the greatest time. As you can read about at DenverSports.com, our Denver sports teams just had the greatest month ever. The greatest sports month ever.
Wow.
Between the Avs domination, which we'll get more into tomorrow, the Nuggets really healthy start, and the Broncos not losing a game in this month. So who would your game ball go to, Phil?
I'm going to give it to Dre Greenlaw. That interception in the red zone, that was big time. Marcus Mariota, I don't know what you were doing, but thank you for it. Dre Greenlaw being in the right spot, was able to get that interception. I want to say that the Denver Broncos have had 6 turnovers in 6 games. So they're starting to heat up a little bit now when it comes to the turnovers.
And then the offense capitalizes on the turnover and goes and scores another field goal to go up 6-0 in a game that you won by a point. So that was a massive sequence. I'll go with Evan Ingram. It's his best game yet as a Denver Bronco. Massive 41-yard catch and run in overtime that set up the win. And I just, it's been a bit of a struggle for Ingram, so it was really healthy to see him flourish on a stage like Sunday Night Football. And then end of half, end of game, end of half, he had 3 catches in the 2-minute drill. End of game and overtime, biggest play of the day for the Broncos. He gets my game ball. You're going to hear more coverage of this game and reaction to this game with Mike Rice and Dante Gomez on Denver Sports Tonight, coming up next.
Can look all over, but no, it'll be fine by those blood, I'm telling you, baby.
There's something in the orange and blue coming to Empower Field next August. Zach Bryan is bringing his With Heaven On tour to the Mile High City, and we want you there.
Let me go.
Download the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app and click on the contest banner to enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets to the hottest show of the summer.
We're having an all-night revival.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. One of the perks about having 4 kids that you know about is actually getting a direct line to the big man up north. And this year, he wants you to know the best gift that you can give someone is the gift of Mint Mobile's unlimited wireless for $15 a month. Now, you don't even need to wrap it.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare